We stepped out into the cool morning air. Across the street, a woman in a faded blue housecoat sat on the front steps of another building. Her hands trembled as she gripped a paper cup, steam curling into the air. She looked up when she saw us coming. Her eyes were red-rimmed, but sharp. I hesitated before stepping closer, afraid her eyes would narrow in recognition, afraid she would point a trembling finger at me. But when I approached, Mrs. Givens didn't flinch, she didn't even seem to recognize me. "Mrs. Givens," Robert said gently, crouching beside her. "This is Mike, the mayor. I know you're upset, but can you tell us again what you heard or saw?" "I heard someone forcing the door open," she said quietly, her voice still shaky. "I thought it was Jessica. But when I called out, nobody answered. The sound just kept going, metal against metal, like he was working at the lock." She paused, staring down at her cup. "I came out to the landing and saw his back. Just his back. Tall, broad-shouldered. He finally got the door open and left. Didn't look around, didn't run, just walked away." Mrs. Givens took a shaky sip from her cup, eyes drifting somewhere far away. "I figured. Maybe it was just one of Jessica's men," she said. "She had more than one, you know. Always coming and going at odd hours. I didn't think much of it, so I went back to bed." Her casual tone made my skin prickle. To her, this was gossip. To me, it was a noose tightening. Robert shifted his weight, glancing at me before speaking. "Mrs. Givens, could you tell if the man you saw was someone you'd seen before? Around here?" She shrugged. "Hard to say. It was dark. But something about him seemed familiar. The way he walked, maybe." Mrs. Givens frowned, her gaze drifting toward the street as if the memory was hiding somewhere in the morning air. "Wait," she murmured, tapping the side of her cup. "There was something about what he was wearing. A jacket. Dark brown leather, scuffed at the shoulders. The kind you don't see much anymore, old, but cared for. Looked expensive once." Robert straightened. "Could you see any other details? A logo? A tear?" She shook her head. "No, but I've seen that jacket before. Not on Jessica's regulars, though. On someone else. Around the market, maybe. Or, no, not the market." She paused, her eyes narrowing in thought. "At the bar?" "Yes. I've seen it at the bar." I swallowed hard. I knew that jacket too well. Mrs. Givens leaned closer, lowering her voice as if the street itself might be listening. "Whoever it was, he didn't look like he was there for a drink. He looked like he was there for her." Robert took a slow breath, the way he always did when trying not to scare a witness. "Mrs. Givens, think carefully. Whose jacket was it? Who have you seen wearing it at the bar?" She looked down at her cup, her thumb tracing the rim. "I'm not sure I should say. I don't want trouble." Robert's tone sharpened just a touch. "Trouble's already here. A woman's dead.